So firstly, hello! This film is all about the importance of the Practical Experience Requirement, or PER, how it works and what you need to know.
Think about your practical experience as early as possible while studying, and ideally complete it at the same time as your exams.
Along with exams and the ethics module, it's a requirement for membership and using the ACCA letters after your name.
What is PER? It's important that you can demonstrate your effectiveness in the workplace to ACCA and also to employers. So all students must complete 36 months in a relevant role and achieve 9 performance objectives. You don't need to complete this all in one go. Part-time and even voluntary work counts, as long as it's in a relevant role.
What counts as a relevant role? It means a role where most of your time is spent on activities or tasks related to accounting, finance, audit and assurance, or in other related technical areas such as taxation, insolvency and forensic accounting. To get a better idea of relevant activities, go to My Experience and review the examples provided. If your job includes only a small amount of accountancy and finance work, it can still count as long as you record the time spent on these activities.
For example, if only a quarter of your time during the year is spent working on accounting and finance tasks, you may only claim 3 months out of a possible 12 as relevant work experience. You can use experience from previous roles to help gain your PER, including experience gained before registering with ACCA.
The person who supervised your work at that time must be able to review and sign off your performance objectives and the amount of time you are claiming.
Performance objectives are essential in proving your ability to become a member. They set the minimum standard of work you are expected to achieve and the values and attitudes you are expected to demonstrate. You need to complete 9 performance objectives, 5 essentials and 4 technical, all to the satisfaction of your practical experience supervisor. So, think carefully about what performance objectives you want to achieve. And remember, you don't have to do them in order or achieve them all at once. The performance objectives are made up of elements which describe the skills and experience you need to demonstrate, and a statement where you summarize and reflect on your work activity.
You will need to claim 5 elements and complete a statement for each performance objective. You can access your personal My Experience record through My ACCA. Update it regularly as it proves you have completed your PER.
Even if you are currently studying full-time, remember to update My Experience with this information. If you regularly update your My Experience, you'll see how many months of experience you've gained and the number of performance objectives you've achieved.
Let's move on to talk about the role of the Practical Experience Supervisor. Your supervisor will assess whether you have achieved the standard required for each performance objective based on your performance objective statements and performance in the workplace.
The person you choose is key to confirming your PER in the workplace. It's also your responsibility to find a supervisor. So, there are a few things to highlight straight away. Your Practical Experience Supervisor should be someone who works closely with you and who knows the work you do and the quality of your work. Your line manager is a good place to start, or the person you report to on particular projects and activities. Your supervisor must be a qualified accountant, recognised by law in your country, and/or a member of the International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, in order to sign off your performance objectives.
However, your supervisor doesn't need to be a qualified accountant to sign off the relevant time you've completed in your role. So, if your line manager is not qualified, they can sign off your time and you can nominate a second supervisor to work with your line manager to sign off your performance objectives. You can have as many supervisors as you like. If you work for an ACCA approved employer who holds trainee development approval at gold or platinum level, then you may be allowed to claim a performance objective exemption. This means that you will not be required to complete the performance objectives.
This exemption exists because ACCA recognises that your employer already has a robust training and development programme in place and provides you with the required support to achieve ACCA membership. If you leave your approved employer where the exemption has been applied, you must complete an approved employer PER summary form, which you can find on our website.
When you have found your practical experience supervisor, you need to enter their details and send them an invitation to register as your supervisor. You won't be able to submit anything to your supervisor for sign-off until they have registered. They will then receive an email asking them to register. When they've done this, you can submit your performance objectives for review. You can send them individual elements or write your statement and submit the full objective.
You can also submit your time claim for sign-off. You'll be prompted to do this when you end a role or when you reach 36 months. Once your experience is approved, it will show as completed on your My Experience record. When writing your statement, tell us what you did to meet the objective and highlight any lessons you learned. Remember that you only need to cover the broad description of each performance objective. You don't need to summarise all the activities you carried out to achieve the individual elements.
Your situation and experience are unique to you, so your supervisor and ACCA do not expect to see duplicated answers, whether from statement to statement or from other trainees. If such duplication occurs, then it may be referred to ACCA's disciplinary committee.
At ACCA, we carry out audits to quality assure the PER process and protect the integrity of the ACCA qualification. We strongly recommend that you regularly keep your My Experience up to date because we track your progress towards meeting the membership requirements and will invite you to apply as soon as you are ready.
So, what are you waiting for? Check out all the great resources and support on our website to help you gain and record your practical experience. And why not start using the My Experience tool today? You will be one step closer to completing your journey to ACCA membership.